We just got back from gymnastics, and you all know this, but my husband typically sleeps in on Saturdays. I sleep in on Sundays. And normally he would wake up and either come to gymnastics with us or take my son to basketball or whatever. But this morning we didn't have like double activities. And so I just let him sleep in and I took all 4 kids to gymnastics with me. But when I got home, I didn't expect him to be doing anything. I thought he'd just be relaxing, hanging out. But he was at the counter refilling all of our spices. And I want to talk about this for a second because this is a task that is often invisible. Not in the sense that when you refill it, it's invisible, but if you're not the person who keeps track of the spices, buys new ones, all the things, then you don't typically know when they get refilled, right? You just know that you always have parsley, but you don't know when you got the parsley. But in our house, because my husband owns dinner and grocery shopping, he's the one in charge of this. So I didn't even know we were running low on any of these things, and he was refilling like 6 or 7 of these. And that is the beauty of sharing the work with your partner, that there is invisible work that you won't have to pay attention to anymore. It won't be your mental load on your to-do list because it's on theirs. And that's amazing. That is why I really think it's worth going through all the work in your house, all the invisible work, the mental load, and figuring out who's going to own what, which tasks you're going to take on. Because when your partner raises their hand and says, I'm going to own these things, it means you no longer have to think about it and anticipate it. You don't have to delegate it. You don't have to ask them to do it. You don't have to project manage them because they're owning it. And so things like this spices happen without me even thinking about it. Now, that's not to say that we don't work together. Like, he knows a lot about the things I own. I know a lot about the things he owns. If I use all of a spice, I let him know. I add it to the grocery list. Like, we work together on these things. But at the end of the day, I actually don't have to think about it that much because it's something he's paying attention to. And he raised his hand and said, I will be accountable to this. And I trust that he will. And so while it takes work to kind of like divide up the work in your house and that takes time, it's typically very worthwhile because now there's so much that happens in my house that I just don't have to think about.